not talking. It's going even slower. It may buffer, it may lose reception, but I'll try it out. I'm on a tablet now, so different maybe. Shouldn't be any better because it's running off my phone, but hey, the electronics in this thing are a little bit better. I don't know. Let me set this up so I don't have to keep looking at my looking. You don't have to look at it moving. Uh, I'm just seeing if it'll work for now. I want to get on tonight again and do some more stuff on grounding, earthing, because one I had last night, but Jess had fallen off a roof. I assume he does construction. Maybe he was playing around as a kid. I don't know. Might have been a home accident, fixing the roof or something by himself. He fell off a roof, so that's not good. My son fell off a roof, but he was young and tough, and he was used to rock climbing and used to falling. He fell backwards, flat out on a sheet of plywood with nails in it. He didn't hit any nails, thank heavens, but he's tougher. He could bounce. Well, he didn't have a lot of fat on him, but he's lighter. Let's put it that way. If I fell, I'd be dead. I think my organs would explode. So far, so good, as what's his name says in the Magnificent Seven. So far, so good. All right, I am tired. I'm wired and tired, wired and tired, wired and tired at the same time. But so I want to talk about grounding. I hope Jess can get back on. And why is it doing that? There's an arrow going up and down. It's very irritating. Why is it doing that? I hit the arrow. I don't know why it's doing it. Anybody on yet? It doesn't say. Let's go like that. Okay, what? The app is using the full screen. The home, back, and recent buttons are hidden to minimize distraction. Yeah, like the white arrow wasn't distracting. Thanks a lot. And to prevent you from leaving the app accidentally, make the buttons reappear. Swipe up from the bottom of the screen as shown by the arrow. Okay, I got you. App is using full screen to home, back, and recents. Okay, make the buttons reappear. Okay, how do you get rid of them? Swipe down? No. Oh man. Okay, yeah, they're gone. Okay. Live chat, nobody's on. Okay, well, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. I'm sitting here in my easy chair. I'm just going to talk like this for a while. And if somebody comes on, we'll do it. Got my phone here. I don't know if you can see it. Old Motorola Moto Z4 junk. Piece of garbage. Which I'm doing right now since I got the tablet. Have a brand new Samsung S23 Ultra with a fabulous camera. Doing nothing. Paperweight. Boat anchor of millstone. If you ever had the temptation to sign up with T-Mobile, don't do it. I have not since since July 7th. We're trying to get that phone working, trying to get a replacement phone because they said it was defective, so they're going to send me another one. Going to be here Wednesday. 3 weeks ago. No, the 12th. It's going to be here the 12th. Almost a full month now. They didn't send it. They canceled. Somebody canceled the order. I said, well, find out who did it and fire them. Get rid of their retarded. Anyway, still don't have the phone. Don't have the replacement. Doesn't work. Piece of junk. Samsung. 3 hours on the phone with Samsung themselves, representative. The lady finally said, "Hey, this isn't my problem. It's T-Mobile's problem. Goodbye," and hung up on me. Yeah, thanks a lot. Great customer service from T-Mobile and Samsung. Not big N-O-T, capital N, capital O, capital T. Nothing. You'd think somebody would be on. I wonder if this is even working. 4 minutes in. Okay, look, I'm just gonna say something here. I'm gonna show you a book to get. Start with this for Jess. Earthing, the most important health discovery ever. Notice after the word ever, it says question mark, right? This book is, you can see how thick it is. It is 260 pages. I got to tell you, the co-author, Clinton Obear, Stephen T. Sinatra, he's a cardiologist. He is a world famous cardiologist. He sells a lot of products to keep you healthy. Take two and call me in 50 years, if you have a heart problem. Take two of these daily and then call me in 100 years, 50 years, Call me when you hit 100. And Martin Zucker, he was kind of like the author, the writer, ghostwriter guy. So he helped him write it. But he's not very knowledgeable. I'm not saying he's not knowledgeable, but he was doing the kind of did the writing, everything. So Stephen Sinatra, board certified cardiologist and certified psychotherapist with more than 30 years of experience in helping patients prevent and reverse heart disease. He also is certified in anti-aging medicine and nutrition. Dr. Sinatra integrates conventional medical treatments for heart disease with complementary nutritional, anti-aging, and psychological therapies. Now, this is a doctor that tells you how to be in perfect physical condition, right? Well, when him and Clinton, they managed to get to a place where they had a special testing device for blood pressure. Yeah, it tested very, very delicate, very detailed, and it turned out that Clinton Obear had better blood vessel pressure, better blood pressure and better arterial strength than Stephen Sinatra. And Stephen Sinatra's like, how can that possibly be? Well, they got in touch with because of the grounding issue, and Clinton said, well, maybe it's because I've been walking, barefoot for 10 years now or something like that. I don't know, a long time. I think he started about 2005. I don't know when they hooked up, but check the date in the book. But so anyway, that's pretty impressive. So Clint, he said, well, that's because I've been sleeping grounded. You haven't been. Sleeping and walking grounded both, but walking does a lot for it. I like details. I'm sorry if you don't like it. You're looking at the wrong channel. You're listening to the wrong channel. Oh, come on. One more page. There we go. Okay. 2010. Copyright 2010. Clinton Obear drove around for 5 years thinking that there was something that God needed him to do. I need to find out how old he is and when he started doing that, when he had that idea come to him. Something that the universe, there was something in his life that he had his figure that he knew that would change, change a lot of people's lives and help a lot of people. For 5 years, he drove around waiting for that to happen, and it finally happened. Sedona, Arizona. Okay, this book, this is the second edition. A lot of quotes, a lot of neat quotes here. Hope you didn't hear that. I don't think you did. Relax, man. 2014. So 2010, 4 years later, the book has, instead of 260 pages, it has almost 100 pages, 320 pages. Don't need a bidet installation thing. Note the title: Earthing, the most important health discovery ever! Exclamation point. Okay. Oh, that's going to be irritating as all get out. Yo, hey, bud. Heard that. So there you go. Exclamation point, baby. So very powerful. Now this book, I guess it looks like I read some because I got marking in it, some of it. And I loaned it out to someone. When I got it back, it got wet, which sucks. Some of the things you can get the book with. Try to find something where you can buy a product and get the book free with it. This has. Oh, this is what I was going to show. These are thermography studies. FLIR, forward-looking infrared. No, heat sensor. This is thermography. Forward-looking infrared is a little bit different. It comes out black and white looking. But anyway, this book has in color the color plates of a lot of those studies. I don't know if it has all of them, but there's a website with 20 of them. Ultimate Longevity, I think something like that is a website. And I've got screen share on my tablet now. I got it loaded on there, so I got YouTube and screen share on there, so we can possibly do some screen share next time. I'm just gonna talk here for a while, but I want to get a box here. Get my knee up. Sitting with them, twisted and pressure. I got one on top of the other, and it gets owie. I know where I gotta go to get it. Rolling, 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 rolling. Okay. And the other thing, I showed it last night. Come on. My studio is not perfect by any means. I'm gonna go get something because I want to show it to you. I'm back. So I don't have the wire and the mat and everything out here. I'm not going to do it because I've got it set up. I was using it last night to sleep on. I got the other one. I got two of them last night. Opened them, did an unboxing. If you haven't seen that video, go back. It's about an hour and 1 minute. A lot of information on there. You should go watch it if you're interested in grounding or earthing at all. If you're interested in extending your life and living in a whole lot less pain, it'd be worth your while to go look at that video. Look at a whole bunch of videos. I got 3 playlists on grounding, earthing, very important stuff. Okay, what I got here is I got this from Amazon. This is what I unboxed last night. Grounding mat. Okay. Now let me tell you why you want to get this particular one. I don't know why, but I had a screenshot of it. If you go to Amazon, look for grounding mats. I have one listing that has 2 of them, and that's what I got. Let me tell you why it was a good decision on my part. Like what I said last night was, if something's good, if I can buy 100 of them, I'll buy 100 of them. Literally, I mean, and then I try to hack it. I try to figure out this is a really good device. I'll give you an example. Female urinating device, FUD, female urinating device, STPs, not STD, not sexually transmitted disease, but stand to pee devices for women. Very important. I see women going out on search and rescue missions, military, militia, whatever you want to call it, out in the woods looking for their kids, looking for their husband that's been kidnapped, or kid who's been kidnapped, or their husband that's out looking for their children. And they're going to have to pee. There's no reason. There's a saying, one of the female urinating device websites, their motto is no bush in the tush. There's no reason to pull your pants down to go pee. Just water the branch, water the bush, water the tires, like the guy does. It's very easy to do. So when I got those, I hacked them. I just figured out I looked for things to make it cheaper. Well, you can get them cheap for like a buck apiece in China. There's really good ones. Go Girls, Shiwi. Just if you're a woman, I advise you to get one of each of them and try them out. Learn how to use them. They say practice in the shower. It makes sense. Practice in the shower till you can do it right. Whip it out, and some of them have an extension tube, so they're about a foot long. So you can really water the bush properly. Pretty funny. I mean, these are real things. What are you gonna do with your poop when you get out here in the woods? What do you do with your urine? Urine plus 1 part urine to 10 parts water is perfect nitrogen for plants and stuff. So it's good for plants. Make them grow. But anyway, let's get on here and get this showed you. Let's get this did before we forgot. 3 people in there. Say hi, everybody. Who's in here? Jess, are you back? Come on, Jess. Not BSCH, not boys school, not bullshit. What is that? Just out of curiosity. I'm not going to interpret it. I can't do that. Come on, load. Dopey damn thing. Okay. So I got a do means rewind. Rewind. Hi, Aaron. You're so funny. Okay. Heard that. I got that one. So if I can buy, 2 or 10 or 20 or something, I'll buy them. So I told the story last night, but I'm in the process of moving, relocating 8 miles from where I was, closer to you now, closer to Stockton. Not much, but a little bit off J Highway, by the Kinfolk Market. Come out to the Kinfolk Market, say hi to me someday. Anyway, like you got a car like I do, right? You have the same quality of vehicle transportation as I do? Non-existent? Okay. Anyway, so my point is that, I'll buy as many as I can. If I can buy 100 of them, I'll buy 100 of them. So, and I used to buy wrist straps for grounding. I bought 300 at a time. Several times I bought 300 of them on eBay. I'd get them for like, I think 49, sometimes 49 cents a piece. You can get them for $1, but I always like to cut the cost and make as many of something as possible. Well, I designed my own system, not mine, but I took Clint Ober's idea, and all credit to God, really, not to Clint Ober. Although Clint Ober was very instrumental, being used by God, whether he recognized it or not. The universe, whatever you call it, the universal mind, he was used to bring something really magnificent to the world, completely free healing from the earth, and so wanted to patent it. Well, like the Velcro, look at that. There's the hook, and I get this thing out of my pants. Look at it under a microscope or a magnifying. That thing's a hook, and my pants is like a loop. So let's something velour crochet, velour crochet, and patented for 17 years. Patented. Do nothing with the patent until the patent was on, then everybody else jumps on it and is able to do something with it. Usually, patenting is a waste of everybody's time and everybody's money. So I got a thing with 2 of these. So they're like a 12-inch by 25-inch mat, carbon black mat. You get carbon black roofing material will work, and 2 wrist straps and 2 cords. Now, what it didn't even show on the thing, and I can't tell you that you'll get it because I don't know, but if you look on Amazon for, something went wrong. It said fiddly dee, Millie. Okay. Let's do grounding. So I got 2 of them, and what I did not know, I'll show you this. This is not the earthing.com system, but it has 2 wrist straps, 2 cords, a splitter, that T looking thing. That's so you can plug that into one grounding thing and have 2 devices coming off it. So 2 people could be sleeping with the mat, one with a wrist strap, one with a mat, or even I showed them last night. Grounding patches. They're not in here. Yeah, they are. You can get ECG ones, from the hospital. Any medical patch of the same snap. See that snap there? That's that heart. That's an ECG electrocardiogram with conductive gel and whatnot. Now there's the other one there. I can't see it. You can't see it from there, but let's get it out real quick. The ones that came with the earthing.com kit, which I got 30 of them in a little zipper case. I showed you that last night. I'm not going to get up and get it. It's not worth it. Come on. So these are the earthing.com ones. Can't really see much, but stick down your body, snap to that thing, and poof, you're healing. Now, some of the studies I looked at, if you go to Ultimate Longevity, I think is the website, pretty sure. I can look at here in a minute, maybe. If you go to that website, a lot of the studies they did were had like a woman that used to, at the age of 15, she was injured in a sporting accident. She'd been a long distance marathon runner. She loved to go water skiing, you name it, exotic hiking. Hadn't been able to do anything for 18 years. She had been crippled for 18 years. Started grounding with just patches, I think. Some of them were just patches. That's all they did was patches, right? And poof, lo and behold, she's running marathons again and doing a whole bunch of things she hadn't been able to do for 18 years. So she was 33 years old when she started doing grounding. And people use their insurance money. They're broke. They can't take care of their kids. They start grounding. Boom, they're good. Now, what this did not show, it does not show there, and I can't swear that you'll get it. But if you order one of these right away, and it's $44, 36% discount. That's a good discount, right? Usually probably $69. I don't know what it is. $44, free shipping, of course. Regular $69. But it did not show that I pulled the thing out of the box. What the heck? Outlet, continuity tester. I mean, this thing, the one that I got with earthing.com, I felt was worth the price of the $99 that I paid for the kit. I got two kits, one for me and one for Bill and Shirley. And it was so much fun just doing this thing, I wish I had it all hooked up. Next time I do it, I'll try to have it all hooked up. But if I put it on my chest here, it will not light up until right over my heart. Just one spot, like right about right there over my heart where it'll light up. So there's enough electrical conductors right over my heart to light up. If I put it right on, well, both sides of my chest, right in the middle, right on my nipple there, it'll light up there. Only place. Now, if I lick it, it'll light up. What you do, you press here. This is quite different. The other one you just turn on and it would stay on. So if you touch it, it would light up or not. If you're testing something, your body or the mat or the sheet or whatever, it'll light up and stay on. The bad thing about that one is, and I kind of like this one a little bit better, although it's very hard to push it. I can't even feel where that button is. If I know where it is, you can hear the click. And to test it, to know if it's working, it's got a battery. So you just push that, and the light will come on for 1 second, then it stops. Okay. If it is, if you're testing something, you have to push that and hold it down for 3 seconds. But with the other one, it was a sliding button, and you couldn't really tell if it was on or off because I slide over to the right is on, left is off. I turn it on, then something I would forget about it and leave it on, and it would drop down onto the mat that was grounded, so it would burn the battery up. I did that once at least, so I thought, okay, I'll turn it off every time. I couldn't feel it go. It didn't click or nothing, but it would slide to the right, slide to the kind of a lazy sliding button. You couldn't really tell if it was position-wise or anything, if it was on or off by sound or anything. That was a wee bit of an irritation, a bit of a, I had to put in new batteries one time, big deal. Come on. Live chat ain't here anymore. Oh, there is. All right. Nobody else. Jess ain't on. Okay. What's not BSCH? Boy Scout come home. Come on. Tell me what that is. Give me a clue. Okay. Play charades here. No. So anyway, this device on Amazon is $20. So I paid $44 for a system, got a $20 item that I love. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. The other one had a test by just plugging into the side. Anyway, this is a really good device, really helpful. For the longest time, I would not go to sleep. I would get into bed and I would get this thing, the other one, the white one, and I would test it. I would test myself every time. I would not go to sleep without having tested it, knowing that I was grounded. That's how critical it is. I feel it's totally critical. Keep you alive for a lot more years than you're planning on being, man. If I get a few more things in line, I'll be living longer. I have something sitting around here I wanted to get more of pretty quick. Kimchi. Oh my gosh. Korean kimchi from Amazon. No, from Costco. Amazon does carry it, but not in the same jar or whatever. Phenomenal stuff. Oh my gosh. That stuff is a lifesaver. That has made a massive difference in my health. I'm telling you. I had a jar of it. Some friends bought me a jar of it, and it sat on the counter for like about 3 weeks. I was going, well, I'll open it someday when somebody's over here to share it with, Nobody ever comes over to share it with. So finally I was like, I am bored with my cooking and I need some spice in life. And I started eating it. Oh my gosh, my digestive system changed immediately. Next day, I'm telling you. I mean, I had a stroke. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And a year later, I finally had my first UBM, unassisted bowel movement, which is, this guy said, it's better than IBM, involuntary bowel movement. So I figured, okay, at that time, I'm like, oh, God, stupid me. I mean, they didn't tell me enough, but I'm sure they chocked me full of antibiotics and all kinds of crap. So my whole system was screwed up royally, big time, for being in the hospital for 3 weeks. So, not knocking them, just that's what they do, and it kept me alive and rehabilitated me. I had to rehab. I had had three points every single day: speech, occupational therapy, like how to tie your shoes, how to get up out of bed without killing yourself, how to put your pants on without killing yourself. They would not let you stand up and not get up from bed, not to go to the bathroom. I'd sneak to the bathroom. You can't do that. And I found out that one guy was locked in a room because he kept doing it. So I thought, I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to be locked in a room right by the nurse's station. So that ain't for me. I don't like that. So I stopped doing it. You said it was a CH. I still don't get it. Good hint, but it ain't good enough. I'm too dumb. Okay. So anyway, my digestive system was messed up, and it has been continued to be messed up. This is 3 years later. 3 years later, it's not back to normal. So I've done a lot of things. I'm overdose on laxatives, overdose on Castro. I'm about yeah. I don't want to think about it right now. Kimchi's awesome. Let me tell you, I want some more. I get some money. First thing I get any money coming in. The only problem is on Amazon, it does not. It's not EBT, so I can't get it that way. But anyway, so that's such is life. Oh, hallelujah! So I'm just yakking. Get the book. A lot of the things you get with Amazon, you can get this book free. A lot of that ultimate longevity, several packages you can get it free. Clint Ober gave it away free a lot of times with his products. And that product, the kit I got from them was, I mean, they had it long. I was amazed how long they had it. When I saw the price on it, saw what was in it, I borrowed money to get two kits, one for me and one for Bill and Shirley. $100, $99 a kit. It had a mat that size in it. It had a smaller mat for sitting on, about 20 by 20. I don't know, about a square mat, I think. I gave that one away. I don't know, 3 or 4 cords, 3 or 4 splitters, so you can plug it into one outlet and split into 2 devices: the continuity tester and or a wrist strap and or a mat and or a patch. So you can ground it wrist strap, patch, or mat, any one of those 3. And they had the splitters allow you to do 2 things in one cord. So you have a 2 outlet. Most of them have just 2 outlets, 2 plug outlets, dual, double, whatever we're going to call it. You can have 4 devices plugged into that. So 2 people can be sleeping, 2 people can have a continuity tester, whatever. So I belabor points. I'm tired, and that just doesn't make me any more less scatterbrained. I do research all the time. I provide information free of charge to people, and unfortunately, some people don't appreciate it that much. They do nothing but criticize me for it. Shut up. Okay. Sorry. Not your problem. Not my problem really either, but it's irritating nonetheless. So anyway, all that being said, get grounded. I have videos on how I have 3 playlists on grounding. You go to my channel, go to playlist, and look under playlist down to grounding. No, it would be under earthing probably. I can only go to F's on when I do a playlist. I can only go to F's. That's all I can see. So it stops. Maybe there's a number to them, and every time I add one, I can't go any further. But I can go to about to Flat Earth or something after that, and I can't get anything after that. So I have no idea. I think I have about 1,000, more than 1,000 playlists. So okay. I'm poking the thing. That long ago, yes said. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. You're confusing. You confuse me. It's really easy to do. Bach said you was a ack. Oh, Bach. Bach. I'm Bach. I'll be Bach. Yeah. I'll be Bach. No, I'll be Beethoven. I'll be Mozart. No, I'll be Bach. Yeah. I'll be Bach. Fireside chat, you know. I look forward to today something around a campfire and just talking with people that care about each other. That'll be nice. It'd be nice if one of them was somebody I know instead of complete strangers that care more about me than my family. Sorry. Such is life. Oh, haha. The kimchi's under the. That's what the tablet's sitting on. Is the kimchi. Find a box. Find a box and a book. A book and a box. Do a product review here. Oh, come on. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Oh, I'm not supposed to have pain if I'm grounding, but I put one foot up and I put the other on top of it, and they're pretty high. It's higher than my chair. And it's twisting it, torquing it out of shape, so it's not really good for it. Okay, here we go. Hold on. And 2 earthing books should just about do it. Could be just one. Keep the newer one out because I got some marking in it. I don't know about the other one. How much I got of it. See how that does. Not too shabby. Not too flabby. Not too shabby tabby. Come on. Come on. No. Don't do that. Phone. Everything's improvised. Everything's flying by the seat of our pants, eh? Okay, so here we are. This is from Costco. 42.3 ounces, 1.2 kilograms. Kimchi. Did I say Jonga? Jongga. Jonga. And all their, whether canned or jar, they all look the same. The label's all the same pretty much. So you can recognize them on Amazon pretty easily. But let me tell you, this stuff is, I'd eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, I'd have this with eggs. I'd have it with a sandwich. I'd have it with hamburger. I don't care, man. I'm planning on eating this as soon as I'm trying to stretch this out until 27th. Yeah, that's going to be a long time. Anyway, I hope to make it last that long. It was good for me. Really good for me. As in, if I eat that, I won't be full of shit anymore. Enzyme. See, the thing, here's the funny thing is, well, I was going to visit friends, from Moscow and another country and Ethiopia. And I said, look, I like fermented foods, sauerkraut, kombucha, kimchi. I like kimchi, So they got a jar of kimchi. They had a big jar of this in the fridge, I never had kimchi before in my life. It's fermented, so I'm going to eat it. I don't care what it tastes like. I'm going to eat it. If it's good for me, I'm going to eat it. If it's good for me, I'm going to pick the. How many times Tammy told me this stuff doesn't taste good? You know, she make tincture, herbal tinctures, and had alcohol. Some of them pretty bitter. This doesn't taste good. I don't care what it tastes like. It tastes great to me. You know, because if it's healing, it's good. I'll take it. I don't care if it's something that tastes really nasty. And that stuff tastes phenomenal. I mean, it's got a smoky seaweed. Oh my gosh! Like I said, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I would like to eat that. I'd like to go on a kimchi fast. I'll be honest with you, that'd be cool. Anyway, as soon as I can, I'm gonna get more. All right. So that being said, all that being said, let's see if anybody else is on. No, probably not. You're the lone ranger here tonight, bud. Two people on one of them don't want to tell you who they are. Hello, is Jess out there yet? No. Now it's not. It only shows 4 things now. All right. You know, at the bottom is the newest one. Okay. Anyway. So earthing is extremely important. Um, you can do your. I have a video on how to do it for your shoes, and I tried it. What this guy did, and I didn't really have good results. I did it in my Crocs, which is not a great thing to do it with. Well, it's easy to do, but there's the a grounding point on the foot. It's right inside the there's a point, E point or something like that. It's right inside the ball of the foot, and that's the best place to do it. So you would just put one. You look at Raum, RAUM shoes, Earthing. Look up Earthing shoes. Earthing.com now. Clint Ober, they sell flip flops. Whoopee, kill it. You know, that's a good way to kill yourself. Wear flip flops. They're not good for you. You know, get a pair of Crocs or something and do it out of something real, moccasin, something that's good enough that you can walk in. You know, the other thing is, you know, you get shoes that are made for barefoot. You know, good for barefoot walking. You know, natural walking. That's good. So anyway, I played with the idea. It didn't work out for me. I tried to get some roofing material. I could not. I never could. There's a term for it. You know, whatever the material formulation name is, like PCH or whatever it is. OD. What's pond liner stuff? HDPE. It's something like that. It's 3 letters or something, but it is conductive material. I tried and looked for a long time trying to find some, a roll of it or something. No go. Roofing material. This guy had a whole roll of it. Somebody a friend gave him, just a roll, like a 12-inch cutoff roll, and you know it's carbon black, high carbon roofing material, or high carbon pond liner, or something like that. That's what you're looking for, and you can put it inside your shoe. You run like a paper class thing with a brass thing in it, with a thing that's split apart. Little prongs, you know. They hold report papers together with 3 of them in the 3 holes. You get those. I got a bunch of those, but you get pretty long ones, about 2 inch or 2.5 inch, something like that. You don't want to get little short ones because they got to go through the shoe, however thick that is, and then splay out and then stay there. And what these things did was they would get worn out a little bit, and then they would poke into my foot and cut my foot, and they'd wear off and they'd fall out. And you didn't know they're falling out, so it just didn't work out for me. So I want to do it still, but main thing is sleep grounded. That's the most important thing. Sleep grounded, drive grounded, very easy to do. Wrist strap. Take a file and file down the mechanism where your seat slides forward, back and forward. You know, that bracket there. Grind that off. Wire clip it on there. I've gone to any bolt in the car that's grounded. You know, it's into the frame of the car. But that's the easiest way to do it with an alligator clip. You clip the alligator clip on there, and if you happen to do something where it pulls it out, so what? It's going to pull it out. It's going to pull it out either the banana clip or the banana plug out of the alligator clip, or it'll pull the alligator clip off of the metal. Okay, it'll pull it off, or it'll pull the banana plug out of the alligator clip. Either one. Not going to cause you an accident, because that wire is way too light to cause a problem. And the other thing is you can just take it and stick it under your thigh. You know, if you've got shorts on or something. And electrons will jump through cotton, especially when you start sweating. You go right through cotton, you know, so you can drive grounded. Very important. Just real quick, I'm going to cut this up pretty quick here. One time my son Ian was working on a job up in, I think, Eagle Rock, South Dakota, right? Gadiant, you'll love this story. So he's up there with a bunch of his buddies that he worked with. Most of them were LDS Mormons, FLDS. Anyway, he's up there with a bunch of them, and they want to go. They're going to go quad doing something in probably Moab or something. I'm sure that's what it was. Now that I know about Matt's off-road recovery, I watched 1,000 videos of his and recovery up in the backwoods, back hills of Utah. So they wanted to go do something. They took off. All of them took off, leaving Ian there all by himself, and the job had not been finished. So he called around, and a guy from southern Mexico, from Colonial LeBaron, drove up, helped Ian finish the job, and then drove back. He was too busy to, he had to go back to his family way down there in southern Mexico. Left Ian there. So finished the job. That's cool. But then still couldn't, get home. So my wife and I jumped in the little Ford Escort and drove up there. Before we left, we did the grounding thing with the wrist straps. I even had my son David. He I stripped a wire off and he wired it to the tailpipe, so whenever the car would stop, it would discharge the whole ground plane of the car. But the ground plane, the ground frame of the car is enough to discharge you personally. Because what happens if your car is not grounded? If you have a short to ground or something, your car ain't going to run. Electronics are not going to run. The ignition module won't work. Nothing will work. Won't fire, nothing. So you have to be grounded. So if you ground to the ground plane of the car, you're good. If you don't want to just drill a hole through the floorboard, put a bolt in there, stainless steel bolt, and clip onto it, tack weld onto that, solder onto it, whatever. That'll work. But the easiest way is just that sliding mechanism of the car. Slide the seat back and forth. Most cars have that. Grind that down, pile it down, and put you a alligator clip on that. So there's a long drive. It was in wintertime. I know that because coming back, there's a lot of the roads are really bad. I drove most of the way up. I don't remember. Let's say she drove most of the way up. I drove most, vice versa. I don't remember. I really don't. No, I drove up. She drove a lot coming back. Yeah. So I remember going to the gas station, getting out the driver's side on the way up. That was one of the most miraculous experiences of my entire life. Because when I had had a congestive heart failure, I had not had a heart attack at this point. This would have been in 2000, whatever, before before divorce, and so 2013 or 14, right in there. About when it was 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. Ian might remember too. I don't know. Anyway, so normally when I was out on a long drive, I did a lot of long distance driving. When I got to the gas station to get out, I knew, because when you're in a car and the air's moving over you, you are in a positive ion generator, a massive positive ion generator, like a Van de Graaff generator, but not generating anything good, generating bad electricity. It's doing massive damage to your body and your brain, making you. That's why you get drowsy when you're sleeping, because you're in a positive ion, very heavy positive ion environment. I'll go to that. Get back to that later. So I knew that when I came to a gas station, I would open the door very carefully. I would get one leg out, get the other leg out, and then very carefully I would stand up, because I knew if I just jumped out and jumped up, I would black out and pass out and hit the pavement. I knew that. So I've been very careful for years. And when I got out, I knew I had to be careful. What was it? What I was experiencing was congestive heart failure. Now, all these years later, I knew. And I think somebody probably knew that all along. Maybe hoping I would die. I don't know. Anyway, but point being is, I knew to get out very slowly. And when we drove up there on that thing, I would jump out of the car and get out and do not isogenic, but not isometric, but we had to do this T-tap thing with now you're going for an extra one. T-tap, whatever that last exercise is. I don't remember. Anyway, it's a right left brain. Move your legs, arms, and everything. So hold downs, yeah, hold downs. So I'd get out and do those, and just energy. I mean, just phenomenal. it amazed me. It was like the most miraculous thing I've ever experienced in my life. The whole trip, I was fine. I was awesome. Even though driving for 3 or 4 hours at a time in between gas station stops, you never stop for potty or coffee. You stop for gas and you do your potty and your coffee at the time when you're getting fuel. That's the only excuse you have on it for stopping on a highway when on a road trip. Fuel. That's the only excuse. There are no other excuses. Anyway, I learned that from a truck driver, Vietnam vet. So amazing, just amazing experience. So you can sleep grounded, you can drive grounded, you can walk grounded. I want to be able to walk grounded more. Not that I'm outside much right now, I'm mostly inside. Kind of in, not prison, but I'm in isolation ward again. It's okay. I got a lot of stuff to do, like talk to you. Yeah. I do a lot of videos. And I got a whiteboard over there because I have a lot of things to do. That was dumb. That's why they don't want them buttons down there. Grommet on a shoe, wrist strap, whatever. Anyway, so in the book, I think Earthing, on one of the videos, it says the second that you're not grounded, your body is demineralizing. Now, if you ever have a Charlie horse, that's because of minerals. Your blood has to have a certain pH, and if your blood does not maintain that pH, it has to get minerals from somewhere. And the easiest place it has to get minerals from is your muscles. So that means your blood is not at the proper pH, and it's drawing minerals from the muscles to balance the blood pH. And then if if it doesn't get it from there, it'll take it from your bones. Occasionally it'll take it from your bones. So, like I said, when I first started grounding, I was massively demineralized. I knew I hit this elbow, I fell and hit this on a rock when I was looking at a property over there by Cedar Creek, 80-acre property, if you know what I'm talking about. And 2 weeks later, I put my hand on an itch or something, and I just screamed because that hole, about that much of an area and about an inch deep, there was nothing but mush, just powder. I had hit that rock and it just powdered my whole elbow. It didn't hurt. I didn't notice it. At the time I didn't think anything of it because it didn't hurt that bad. I just got up and started walking, But 2 weeks later, I put my hand on it. I screamed, that's gross. That's just. Okay, I don't know why, but my phone, the hotspot shut off. That's what happened. So it was buffering. Right? The buffers once more, I'm out. So I'm gonna say good night here, and yeah, go out and did exercise. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should. I'm not going to though. We'll try to go for the mailbox and back. But and I was doing my T-tap every day. Every day I would not get out of the trailer until I did T-tap. And one thing and another, and stress, and I don't know what all. I need to get back on that. Yeah, that's a phenomenal bunch of exercises. T-tap, Teresa Tap, 15-minute workout. Boom, massively increased my cardio. And I'll get back on it pretty soon here. I got a friend coming out from New Mexico, Colorado by way of New Mexico and Texas and New Mexico. So we'll get back on exercising. So anyway, yeah, good night. I'm going to say good night because it's not getting any earlier, and I'm just yammering and jacking, and I don't know what time it is. 10:30. Oh crap, that's past my bedtime. I'll put links into the description for videos and whatnot, and websites, and but look up Earthing. Do your own research. I like to say that anyway. Do your own. BYOB. Bring your own bottle. Bring your own bicycle. Bring your own food. Bring your own drinks. Bring your own research to the party. We have a big party. Bring your own research. Damn it. I don't have to do it for everybody. So get this book. It's got, like I said, color pictures of a lot of the research and charts and graphs and things. Get that book. Earthing, the most important health discovery ever. Exclamation point, not question mark anymore. So, all right. Good night. Thank you. Any final words from anybody? Good night, Michael. Good night. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Grandpa. Good night, Grandma. Know you, Jerry. I mean, you might like this gal's word. I'll look at that up. Yeah, good. Go out and did exercises. Yeah, I'm getting exercised. All right, good night. Thank you. Been fun. been a while too since the Spirit Fire series. So you and I talked much. Wool, damn it. That's the thing I see from you every time I look at my comments. Every day I go to my comments several times a day and check and see if anybody said anything. So if anybody wants to get in touch with me, that's a good way to do it because I'll see it right away. I'll put my email address on here too for Jess primarily because falling off a roof is not a fun deal, and it'll mess you up for the rest of your life. I know. Especially if you fall flat on your back or flat on your chest, that's one thing. But if you fall twisted, you're gonna have some problems. It's like I fell off of a catwalk at UPS. We went from wearing tennis shoes to they have to wear boots. So I got boots. Well, the boots had heels. I wasn't used to that. And these catwalks, I would just put my hands on about 4 feet off the ground, 5 or whatever. I put my hands on the railing and just jump off, swing my body and jump off. Boom. Well, when you swing your body forward and you're already in the air, your whole body, and you've already thrown your weight forward, and both of your heels catch on the lip of the catwalk. Guess what happens? You land. You do a belly flop. And what I did was I pulled my head up and slapped both my arms down as hard as I could. Bam, my forearms. And it took up a lot of the blow. I didn't roll. I just landed flat. I couldn't do anything other than belly flop. If I'd had more, I could have done a roll if I wanted to. If I had the time, but I didn't have. All I had, it was so fast. I just slammed my thing on. And the supervisor up there, he's now a multimillionaire, Wes Mortensen. He sees it. He watches it happen. He's like, his eyes are bugged out. Oh shit, lawsuit coming down. Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. The only thing that did hurt was I had a heavy watch on my wrist, and that slapped my wrist down harder than the other one. My left wrist hurt for a while. It's okay now. So anyway, all right. Good night. God bless. Love you guys. Thanks. Gaddy Anton. Yeah. All right. Bye bye. See ya. Pasta lasagna. Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back.